Welcome, my friend. Let's begin this journey together. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you are walking in a quiet little town. This town is called Lake Hill. The sky is soft and blue. The wind feels cool on your face. You hear birds singing in the trees. Everything around you is calm and peaceful. In this small town, there is a girl named Emma. She is 21 years old. She came here from Brazil. Emma loves learning. She came to Lake Hill to study English. Every day, she goes to a small language school. She watches English videos, listens to songs, and writes new words in her notebook. But still, sometimes she asks herself, why is English so important? Why does everyone tell me I must learn it? Emma's question is a good one. Maybe you ask the same thing. Why English? Why not another language? To answer that, we need to go back in time. A long time ago, about 1,500 years ago, English was not a powerful language. In fact, it was only used by small groups of people in one part of the world, a little island we now call England. At that time, other languages were much more important. Latin was the language of religion. Greek was the language of science. Arabic and Chinese were used in big empires, in business, in books, and in trade. English was just a local language. It was not known by many people. It had no big country, no strong power behind it. It was not used in schools or governments outside of England. It was not seen as special, but this would change. Let's move forward to the 1600s. England began to grow stronger. It had something very powerful, ships and a strong navy. These ships traveled far. They crossed oceans. They arrived in places like India, Africa, Australia, and North America. And wherever the British went, they brought their language with them. English began to spread not just through talking, but through schools, laws, newspapers, and governments. Children learned English in school. Officials used English in business and documents. Over time, many people started using English in their daily lives. Then something surprising happened. Even when these countries became independent, they did not stop using English. They continued to use it in education, in business, and in government. Why? Because by then, English had become a tool, a way to connect people who spoke different local languages. That is how English began its journey around the world. Not because it was better than other languages, but because of ships, trade, colonization, and history. English didn't become global by accident. It became global through power and movement. Now, let's come back to Lake Hill, back to Emma. Emma is sitting in the park. She looks at her English notebook. She now knows that she is not just learning a subject in school. She is learning a language that was carried across the seas. A language that grew with history. A language that connected millions of people. That night, Emma tries something new. She takes a small notebook and writes one sentence at the top of the page. Where did I see English today? She looks around. She sees a sign on the cafe wall that says, Open. She looks at her phone and sees the word settings. She hears a song playing in the background. The words are in English. She didn't even notice it before. Emma smiles. She didn't have to open a textbook. She didn't need a teacher for this. She just opened her eyes, and the English was already there. She writes in her notebook, Caf sign open. Phone screen. Settings. Song at the cafe English lyrics. She decides to do this every night. Just 1 or 2 notes. It helps her see that English is not just something in a classroom. It's in real life. It's on the street. It's in music. It's on packages. It's even on the clothes people wear. After 1 week, Emma feels different. She feels more connected. She feels more confident. She understands that English is not just a language to pass a test. It is a living thing. A part of her world. Emma is like you. She was unsure. She had doubts. But now, she is starting to see something bigger. English is not just something you study. It is something you live. And now it's your turn. Look around. Ask yourself, where do I see English today? You may be surprised. The language you are trying to learn is already walking beside you everywhere you go. After English began to travel the world with the British Empire, another big moment arrived. Something even more powerful changed the future of the English language. The year was 1945. The world had just finished a terrible war, World War II. Many strong countries were weak and broken. Cities were in ruins. Factories were closed. People were sad and tired. But there was one country that became stronger than ever. That country was the United States of America. While other nations were trying to rebuild, America was already strong. It had working factories. It had a lot of money. It had new technology and big ideas. America had energy, dreams, and hope. And with that power, English became stronger too. This time, it was not just about ships or colonies. It was about business, movies, science, the internet, and politics. A second wave of English had begun. This time, it came from the American dream. Let's look at 5 big reasons why English became the language of everything. The first reason is money and trade. After the war, the American dollar became the most powerful currency in the world. Countries started doing business in dollars. When companies made global deals or sold oil, they used English. Why? Because English was the language of the money. And around the world, money is a language that everyone understands. The second reason is Hollywood and music. After the war, people around the world started watching American movies. They listened to American music. They followed famous actors and singers from the United States. These stories, songs, and dreams were all in English. Emma, our friend from Lake Hill, used to watch movies with subtitles. She would read the translation in her language. But after some time, she turned the subtitles off. She began to feel the meaning of the scenes just by listening. She was not just learning English, she was starting to dream in English. The third reason is the internet. The internet was born in America. The first websites were made in English. The big tech companies Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon were all American. Even today, more than half of all websites in the world are written in English. The coding languages that create apps and websites also use English words. So, if you are using the internet, you are already using English, even if you don't notice it. You search in English. You click English buttons. You see English ads. It is everywhere. The fourth reason is science and education. Today, if you want to become a doctor, engineer, or scientist, you need to read the newest research. And almost all of it is in English. The most important universities teaching English. The biggest conferences use English. Even in countries like Germany, Japan, and China, students often publish their work in English. They do this to reach a global audience. So if you want to be part of the future, if you want to invent, to build, to explore, then English is your tool. The fifth reason is politics and world power. After World War II, the United States became a leader in world politics. The United Nations was created. So was NATO. These organizations speak many languages, but their main working language is English. When world leaders meet, they often speak in English. Even if their home languages are different, English is the bridge that connects them. It helps leaders talk, solve problems, and keep peace. Let's go back to Lake Hill for a moment. Emma walks into her town's small library. She looks around. Almost every book she picks up is in English. She smiles. She begins to see the truth. English is not just a school subject. It is the language of knowledge, business, movies, science, and politics. It is the language of our world. Let's try a small activity, just like Emma did. Watch a short English video today, maybe a cartoon or a scene from a movie. First, watch it without subtitles. Don't worry about every word. Try to feel the emotion. Look at the faces. Guess what is happening. Then, watch it again, this time with subtitles. Did you guess right? Did you understand the mood of the scene? Emma started with small videos. She watched cartoons first. Then she moved to short films. After that, she watched TED Talks. And now she watches documentaries about history, health, and nature all in English. With each video, she grows stronger. Her ears get faster. Her heart gets braver. She understands more. Emma is getting closer to the world. And so can you. Because every video, every song, every book in English is like a door. A door that leads you to new ideas, new people, and new dreams. All you have to do is open it. Now we come to the most important part of the story, your part. Let's take a moment and imagine something together. What if you did not speak English? Imagine this. You want to learn a new skill, but all the best videos are in English. You want to apply for a job, but the job description says, English required. You want to travel to another country, but no one there speaks your language. You might feel lost. You might feel small. You might feel alone. Now, let's imagine something different. Imagine that you speak English well. Suddenly, everything changes. You start to see new doors opening. You feel more confident. You can apply for better jobs. You can study anything online. You can travel with less fear. You feel strong. You feel ready. You feel like the world is no longer far away. It is right in front of you. This is not just a dream. This is real. And it can be your story. Emma is a great example. She used to feel unsure about her English, but now she uses it every day. She speaks with new friends. She reads books. She watches movies without subtitles. Her world has grown wider just because she decided to keep going. When you speak English, you get better jobs. Even if you stay in your country, you can work for international companies. You can have meetings online with people from other countries. You can earn more money. You can move forward in your career. Employers respect you more, and you don't have to leave home to do it. You only need English and the internet. When you speak English, you travel with freedom. Emma once visited Paris. She didn't know French, but she spoke English. At the airport, she understood the signs. At the hotel, she talked to the staff. In the streets, she asked for directions. English helped her feel safe. She didn't feel nervous. She felt brave. English became her travel partner. When you speak English, you can learn anything. Do you want to be a designer, a chef, or a business owner? You don't need a lot of money to begin. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. Just open your phone, watch a video, read an article. Take a course, and you will see almost everything is in English. The more you learn, the more your dreams can grow. When you speak English, your confidence grows. You don't feel stuck. You don't feel like you are just one small person in a small town. You feel global. You feel like you belong to something bigger. You can think bigger, dream bigger, do bigger things. English doesn't change who you are. It helps you show the world who you can become. Now, here is a simple activity for you. Tonight, open your email. Write a short message to your future self. Use simple English. Tell yourself what you want. Tell yourself what you hope for. You can write something like this. Dear me. I hope you are happy. I hope you are strong. I hope you speak English with confidence. I am trying my best. I will not give up. Emma did this 1 year ago. Tonight, she opened that email again. She smiled. Her eyes were full of tears. Because she made it. She speaks English now, not perfectly but proudly. She writes poems in English. She even helps beginners like you. She feels free. She feels alive. And now it's your turn. Don't worry about your accent. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't say maybe, say yes. Yes to learning. Yes to practicing. Yes to believing in yourself. Because English is more than a language. It is a light. It is a bridge. It is a chance. And one day, someone will ask you, how did English change your life? And you will smile. Because you will have your own story to tell. Now we come to the end of Emma's story. When Emma first arrived in Lake Hill, she was shy and unsure. She came from Brazil with a big dream, but her fear of speaking English made her feel small. She watched videos, she read books, she listened to songs. But she still asked herself, why is English so important? Step by step, her world changed. She learned about the history of English. She saw how the British Empire spread it. She understood how America helped English become the language of movies, the internet, science, and business. She began to notice English around her, in music, in science, in books, and on her phone. It was not just something in the classroom. It was part of everyday life. Emma started using English in her daily routine. She watched videos without subtitles. She wrote notes to herself. She even wrote an email to her future self. And 1 year later, she opened it and cried. Not because she was sad, but because she had grown. She now speaks English with courage. She reads, writes, and teaches others. Her world is bigger. Her heart is stronger. Her future is brighter. So, what can we learn from Emma? The lesson is simple but powerful. Never give up. Start small. Keep going. English is not just a language, it is a tool. It is a gift. It can change your life. And you can start today. Congratulations! If you listen to this full story, you have already improved your listening and understanding skills in English. You are one step closer to your goal. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It helps us a lot. When you subscribe, we feel inspired to make more helpful videos for you. If you love this story and want to support our work, please consider donating. We do this for free to help you learn English, but every small donation helps us create better content and keep going strong. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Keep learning. Keep growing.